I'm so glad it's warm outside again and I don't have to wear a hat and a scarf and a big coat.
Yeah, I get out my spring clothing again. It's so warm outside. But you know, February, it isn't so bad.
What's good about February?
Well, think about it. There's Valentine's Day. Who doesn't love getting a Valentine? And secondly, more importantly even, it's Black History Month.
I wonder who started Black History Month.
This is Carter G. Woodson, also known as the father of Black History Month. Carter Woodson was born in 1875 in Virginia, which is also the home state of George Washington. He was the first son of 9 children. Can you imagine having 8 other brothers and sisters running around? Well, Carter didn't get to sit around and watch TV or play Xbox with his siblings like many of us do today. Instead, he worked as a sharecropper and a miner the majority of his life. A sharecropper is someone who is hired to farm someone else's land and gets paid a portion of the money made. Along with working as a sharecropper and a miner, Carter also attended high school and college in Berea, Kentucky. The fact that Carter Woodson, an African-American boy, attended high school and college is very exciting. He was born only 10 years after the end of the Civil War, and the rights of African Americans were still extremely questionable. African American students weren't usually allowed to sit in normal classrooms and be educated like they were today. His move to Kentucky, however, could probably be contributed to the fact that Berea schools were actually recruiting black students at the time. Carter made it through high school and college by 1903, just in time because in 1904, Berea passed the Day Law, which banned all blacks from attending school at Berea College. After this law was passed, many African Americans fled from Berea, Kentucky, and Carter Woodson did the same. Although Carter isn't a famous author like Dr. Seuss, he wrote a book called Miseducation of the Negro. It wasn't fair that African Americans weren't allowed in the classroom with white students, and Carter spoke out about just that. After writing this book, he became so fascinated in African American history that he began to rally schools together to do the same. After much effort, Carter and the schools he included created Negro History Week in February of 1926. This would later be called Black History Month.
Let's discuss Black History Month or African American History Month. Leading up to the start of Black History Month, some important events had already happened. The 13th Amendment to the Constitution was passed. It stated that no more slavery was allowed unless the people received it as a punishment. This was written in 1864, but it didn't take effect until December of 1865. Abraham Lincoln was a big help to getting this amendment passed. He fought hard for the black and white people to be treated equally. Black History Month was established in 1976. Carter G. Woodson chose to dedicate the month of February to Black History Month on purpose. He specially chose the second week of February because it was between the birthdays of Frederick Douglass, an African American civil rights activist, and Abraham Lincoln, a president who fought for the abolishment of slavery. Presidents dedicated the month of February to African Americans and their contribution to America. In fact, the first president to allow Black History Month was Gerald Ford, the 38th U.S. president. In 2015, it is still celebrated today. President Barack Obama has made it a point to speak of the importance of Black History Month. Black History Month allows people and students in the United States to appreciate and learn about the accomplishments and contributions of the African American community. On TV, during commercial breaks, some channels recognize important African American individuals. For example, on Nickelodeon, famous actors and actresses read poems about an important contributor to African American history. School projects, movies, and many other forms of information are taught or made available to people during Black History Month. Black History Month is still celebrated across America every year.
Wow, I didn't realize that much work went into creating Black History Month.
Yeah, Carter G. Woodson dedicated his whole life to ensuring the equality of African Americans and whites.
Well, this month's March, you know what that means.
St. Patrick's Day.
I wonder how St. Patrick's Day came about.